Good early morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. It's hump day. It's going to be a long hump day for me. Up early. It's about 5:30 this morning here, getting ready to get on the road for the day and coming back. Got to get a roof on before the rain comes. And so the work never ends. And I'm excited that, I have a job to go to and that I am actually able to get up and go do it. So every day is a blessing, even hump day. But it's even more so when it is Cowboys-Eagles week and it is for first place in the division. Remember, I'm old enough to remember when they used to talk about the NFC least being such a bad division. Right now, I don't know if it's going to hold out for the whole season, but right now, the NFC East has 3 teams in the top 10. The New York Giants have now cracked the top 10, depending on which polls you see. You see the Cowboys there at 5th, and of course, the Eagles 2nd and 1st, depending on which polls that you see. And this week, the Eagles, and I tell you what, man, Eagles. Well, first of all, Dak will be back at practice today and starting to throw. They say, as Jerry Jones says, we'll see if he can spin that ball. If he can spin that ball, he's going to be playing on Sunday night. I think that this personally is more of basically bluffing the Eagles and making them get ready for Dak as well as Cooper Rush. I think Cooper Rush will get the start against the Eagles. But for the Cowboys to be 4-1, and even if they lose this one to be 4-2, having lost Dak, it's amazing. It's a blessing. You are right smack dab in the middle of everything. Everything is in front of you, and we truly are in the worst part of our season. Our defense has been lights out. Micah Parsons, I don't know how you don't have him as the MVP defense right now. And the Cowboys seem to have some momentum, understanding that it's not just offense. It's offense, it's defense, it's special teams. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but we've been playing really, really well, and we'll see if we can take that momentum on the road. Having last week defeated the Super Bowl champions. We're a little nicked up. We still know Jason Peters may be a week-to-week injury. It may be a couple of weeks that he's out with a chest injury. Dalton Schultz has irritated his PCL. I'm almost on the bandwagon of saying maybe they should shut him down for a couple of weeks, let it heal, and get ready for the stretch run. But he's looking like, forgive me, it's early, forgive me. He's looking like he'll be good to go this week as well. So let's go to Rich Eisen this morning and listen to how pumped they are for the Cowboys versus the Eagles.
When we first chatted with him on March 30th, 2020, before the NFL draft, where Burrow and Tua and Herbert were all going to be the top 3 we knew, just didn't know the order. We were assuming at that point in time it was going to be Burrow, coming off of that remarkable final season for him at LSU. And then Jalen Hurts gets selected 4th on that quarterback list or 5th. Jordan Love's drafting. Don't forget about that. Jordan Love's drafting, might have been the biggest shocker of them all that we were talking about, because we were talking about Aaron Rodgers' reaction to it. And then Jalen Hurts gets drafted in Philadelphia. What's that all about? Carson Wentz, did they not believe in him? The answer, as we found out, was correct. They did not believe in him. They needed to back their play up somehow. And even going into the season, I was talking up Jalen Hurts, thinking that this kid has an opportunity that he's going to grab hold of. I like the way that they finished last year, despite losing in the playoffs, and he was up and down, and there were many times where he didn't really turn on the Jets figuratively until the 4th quarter, late 3rd quarter. Now look at him, 5-0. The lone remaining undefeated quarterback in the NFL, and he doesn't want to hear about it one bit.
I personally, honest, I hate hearing 5-0. I don't like to hear it. Because nobody wanted to mention the record when we were 2-5. Nobody wanted to talk about that. So I don't want to hear it now. I don't want to hear it now. Can we come in here, control the things we can, attack every day, and just grow and climb? Like that's what matters, the process.
He used the Philadelphia sports phrase, the process. I don't know if he was doing that intentionally or not, but I kind of dig it. I just love the fact that he is doing what he said he would do when we chatted with him in that late March prior to the draft, that I am a leader. They're going to get a dog, whoever drafts me. And Philadelphia found that guy. And they turned to him, and he is turning things around. He is a rock star in this league. And next up, it's time. This is it. Oh, baby. Sunday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles, home for Dallas. This is it. And it looks like it's going to be Cooper Rush in this game. You heard yesterday from so many who cover this league, the information men and women, saying that Dak is still having trouble gripping the football satisfactorily enough. 4 wins in a row, too, for Cooper Rush. What's the point? No reason to rush it at all. You already have 1 win in division in your back pocket on this 4-game winning streak from Cooper Rush. Why rush it? Just go in there, keep the momentum going, and then at some point you're going to switch back to Dak Prescott, because that's what you do when your starting quarterback is healthy enough to take the reins. This scrum after the game here in Los Angeles, California, where Jerry Jones was asked about the conversation around Cooper Rush, where he got a little defensive. He even agreed that he was being defensive with the reporter who was asking about the ridiculousness of the conversation surrounding Dak and Cooper. And I think he thought that ridiculousness was being ascribed to him because he essentially invited this scrum by saying
Quarterback
that
controversy.
he wanted Cooper Rush to create a quarterback controversy, knowing that if Rush had won more than he lost while being the emergency backup starter, that nobody thought would be necessary for him to play like this year and play as much as he has.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that there would be a conversation about why go back to Dak at all. And he invited Rush to invite that to his doorstep. Well, guess what's at his doorstep? That conversation. Mm-hmm. And he, no matter how much he's trying to put it back in the bottle, and I told you at the time when he said he wants a quarterback controversy, he was basically saying, come on, Cooper, Rush, win as much as it can, but it's really Dak's job. He reiterated that after Rush remained undefeated as a starting quarterback out of Central Michigan.
If they're both healthy, Dak is your quarterback, correct?
Dak is the number one quarterback. Dak is our guy. But isn't it great that somebody came in and played well enough so that we can ask that question? That's my point.
That's always been his point.
Yeah.
That's always been his point.
You nailed it on the head immediately when that comment.
I didn't even hear this.
That is true.
Soundbite.
You didn't. But you know. You know.
But I still say that even though Dak is the number one guy, I would go with Rush into Philadelphia. For various reasons. One, I don't think Dak's ready yet. Two, you're playing very well. Don't upset the apple cart if you don't have to, and they don't. And they don't. You'd be like, well, wait a minute. You know, you want to sweep the season series from the Eagles. You don't want to be a game and a half behind them and keep their momentum going at 6-0. True. Mm-hmm. True. But the next time when you face them at home and you've got Dak there, it'll be like, oh, we lost to you when we had our backup. I mean, there's some mind games that you can play if that's even necessary.
Well, I mean,
but it is Dak's gig, and it's his job, and it's going to be his job. And I think he adds a dimension that Cooper Rush does not. Part of the problem is that he adds a more risky portfolio with his game, where he might risk it more. But I think he's a terrifically talented quarterback, and you might as well just, if you want to get his feet wet a little bit, Detroit and Chicago right before a bye. Certainly if you want him to knock the rust off. Last spot you want him to knock the rust off of, because it would have been 2 months since he played a football game, is at Green Bay and at Minnesota before Thanksgiving game against the Giants. I think you want to get him, if you want, get him a nice one and get home against Detroit, against Chicago as well. Home dates, knock the rust off, go into your bye week and get healthy, knock the rust off so his first game's not at Lambeau Field. That's it. That's the way I would play it.
I like your style.
But
sounds like a winner. You know, this is Eagles Cowboys hate week. We've had Eagle fans that have been all over my channel all off season, basically swearing that the Cowboys are scared of the Eagles and that they basically are going to destroy us. Well, it's now time to put your money where your mouth is. It's now time to go ahead and see what you really got in this game. And I can't wait for Sunday night. I've got to, like I said, get down the road and get back. And then tonight, later, we'll be doing a little bit of work with Philly 500. We will address the bet with Philly. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, this day is just beginning, and I need to hit the road. And I'll be seeing you on the road.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part